All right, hello team. We're going to do a quick Google Drive timesheets video, partly to test our ability to do this as a training session, to record it, and partly because this is going to be our timesheet solution in the interim until we find something more elegant. So, to begin with, your timesheets are in Google Drive. They should be shared with you. So to get there, Google Chrome, new window. I have it saved here as a bookmark. You could end up here in Google Sheets inside of your drive. And if so, search CTA timesheet blank, open that guy. And then here, now this is the monthly time page. Let's orient what we're looking at here. It's kind of like the cover page where all of the data is collected. You'll see down here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are the pages. Here we have the people we work with: Joe Blow, Silver Fox, 007, and then regular old names: Sean, Mark, Julie. The amount of time you spent planning or meeting, and then the amount of time you spent planning. Every day has their own timesheet. Okay, so day 1, day 2, April 3rd, April 4th, April 5th, etc. Doesn't change, all looks the same. You'll notice at the bottom of the first day, we've got some instructions on how to use this first page, and you'll notice here on the first monthly page, there's some instructions here also. So, with that, this is where we start. Here's our name. I am Dr. Watson. I am working with these clients, and the only thing that we edit on this page is our personal name. Well, first, before we edit anything, we go from the CTA timesheet blank, file, make a copy. And this copy is going to be called May 2018 timesheet. Okay, hit OK. So you've made a copy of the original CTA timesheet blank. You've called it May 2018. Here it is. My name doesn't change. The clients that don't work with, or that I work with, also doesn't change. We're waiting for Google Sheets to catch up with us here. Okay. So when we get to the point where the sheet is caught up with us, we then move into checking out here the names of our clients. Now, I worked with these folks in April, but let's say that they changed. Right now, they list this way on the monthly sheet and the same way on every single day timesheet down here below. So we're going to be changing those names because I no longer work with Sean. I now work with Mike, and I no longer work with Mark. I work with James. I no longer work with Julie. I work with Sophia. Okay. By changing them only here on the monthly timesheet, every single day of the month changes. So we'll go to 1, and you'll see that they've caught up with you. 2, they've caught up with you, etc., down to 18. Now, on our first day, day 1, I'm working with Joe Blow. Oh, service isn't Joe's Plumbing. I'm glad we're fixing this. With Joe Blow, I worked on the service of job development. That's what his authorization is right now. That's his current status. I could be working with him on discovery. I've gone ahead and put a list down here of things, various services that we work with: job discovery, job coaching, meetings, driving, discovery, WSAs. Those, of course, could grow and could change. But if I'm doing discovery, I went and did an info interview with Joe Blow at Joe's Plumbing. It's his dad's place, so they have the same name. I also did a discovery activity at Thanksgiving Point. And finally, I documented. Documentation took 0.5 hours. This discovery activity took 2 hours. Interview at Joe's Plumbing took 1 hour. You'll see that the 1 hour, 2 hours, and a 0.5 hours adds up to 3.5 hours. I've worked for 3.5 hours that day. I also took some time for job coaching at Nordstrom with Sophia. Today we worked on the task of fading from, I don't know, what was she doing? Organization. We did that for 3 hours. So there you go. I worked for 6.5 hours that day. It's all added up. And if I go over to the monthly sheet, you'll see that it is added up here. 3.5 hours there, 3 hours there, 6.5. And my total time for the month spent was 9.5 hours. Okay. Now, the same thing would happen on the 31st. Notice the names are caught up. I worked with 007 on the 31st to do some basic discovery. We did a home visit. Oh, conditional formatting is still set. I'll change that conditional formatting in a minute. Those may or may not turn green. I'll get that changed, but that really doesn't affect anything. Discovery, I did a home visit for, they were really chatty. Took 2.5 hours. See that it changed there, it added up here, it added up there, and of course on the monthly time down here, the daily sheet, or the monthly sheet, 2.5 hours spent with 007, a total of 12 hours I worked this month. So there you go. That's how we do it. In the future, I'll be adding some more things like stats. Currently, you can see that my utilization was I worked with Joe Blow for this amount of time. I worked with 007 for 2.5. Mike and Sophia both got a little bit of time on different days. So later on, we'll work on adding other things into the stats. But that's it for now. That's our timesheet. This can be, of course, printed, file, print, or even downloaded as a PDF. You can use it just for your own reports, just as you would any Excel spreadsheet, to tell VR how long or with whom you've worked with. But mostly it's for our internal purposes to track our fidelity and how well we're providing services. So anyway, that's it. That's our first training video. Thanks for watching. Sorry if I rambled on a bit too long. Enjoy.